If you're new, my name is Ben and I'm a running content creator here on YouTube and Instagram and a little bit on TikTok. Today I thought I would film a little bit of a behind the scenes, sort of a day in the life of a content creator. So today I've got a video to film, I've got a reel to film. I'm also going to a couple of corporate events in London this evening with ASICS and hopefully another one with On Running. So I thought I'd bring the camera along, do a bit of behind the scenes, talk you through how I produce the content, sort of equipment I use, and how my sort of day looks. This morning, just woken up, it's 8 o'clock, had my morning coffee, and this morning I've got a run to do. I am a runner, as well as a content creator, so I sort of have to balance the two. So I'm going to get out for my morning run, and then get on with some content stuff before heading off to London this evening. If you enjoy this video, please leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel if you're new. If you're not new, then yeah, this will be a little bit different today. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, a bit of a behind the scenes video today. So I'm just getting ready for my morning run. All the gear I'm wearing today is from a company called SaySky, and when I'm getting the clothes out of my wardrobe for my morning, especially when I'm filming content, I have to think about what I'm going to wear. So I've gone full matching SaySky. You have to be careful not sort of putting multiple brands into the same outfit, especially if it's a paid endorsement. Today isn't a paid endorsement. SaySky are a brand that send me clothes on a gifting basis. So basically they send me maybe 3 or 4 items a month, and I have to, well, not have to, there's no contract, but I like to wear it in my videos. It's a product that I like, and that's how my sort of philosophy works here when working with brands. They first and foremost have to be companies that I use and I like. And then if I think it's worth promoting to my viewers, then I will do so. As my channel has sort of grown from around 10,000 to 40,000, the amount of gifting stuff I do has sort of decreased, or I've tried to decrease it, and I've tried to move more towards paid promotions. So if companies like SaySky, like Saw Running, like On Running, like ASICS want to feature in these videos, then they have to pay. Today I haven't got a sponsor or anything, nothing in this video is going to be paid, so I can share and disclose some of that information, but I've made sure it all matches so that there's no conflict there. If the brand wants to then use the content, I don't know, if they want to share it, that sort of thing, they can do. So I'm all ready to go for my run, but before I do that, I'm going to tick one of my things off my to-do list today, which is to film a reel with these snazzy shoes. Very, very bright pink Alpha Flies that came to the house yesterday. These are from the guys at ProDirect Running. Again, this is a gifted transaction. They've sent me these beautiful pair of shoes for me to feature in my content. So one of the things I want to do today on my content creation list, if you like, is to film a reel with those shoes. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'll talk you through the process of how I do that. The idea I've got in my head is simply me sitting in the kitchen and putting my shoes on, tying it all up, trying to make it look cinematic, and then posting it to Instagram as a reel. So for equipment, this is my little editing workstation. It's a little bit messy at the moment. I've got a lot of wires and stuff going on there. This is my main camera that I'm going to be using to shoot that piece of content for people that are interested. It's a Sony A7S Mark II, and I've got a 16 to 35mm lens on there. So I'm going to use that to film this reel, get the quality nice and high. And I've also got my tripod here, which I use when I'm sitting here filming content, but I'll move that into the kitchen. I've just quickly grabbed a pair of Nike shorts. Just like I said, if I'm filming a piece of content, I try to keep everything on brand. So hence I've just put some Nike socks on as well. One final thing to mention in terms of how I make money as a content creator is through commission. And one of the companies that I have worked with probably for about a year now are these guys at Team Varga. They're a running hats company from the Peak District. They make some really good high quality caps. Again, I really like their product and use their products. So it was a no-brainer for me to sort of work with those guys. And I work with them on a commission basis. So for every hat I sell, I earn a small commission, and I roughly sell around 40 to 60 hats to my viewers, to my followers on Instagram. And basically, if you use code BENISRUNNING15, then I earn a small commission. And that's another way that I help pay my bills. So yeah, if you want to buy one of these lovely hats, look no further. Okay, so this is the location that I'm going to film this reel with the shoes. At the moment it looks a little bit messy. We've got the bin here, we've got some clothes rack there, so I'm going to move that all out of the way, and I've brought the plant in from the front room to try and make it look a little bit more cinematic. So I'm just going to set the scene, then get the camera all set up, and yeah, press record. So I've just got the camera all set up, made sure it's all in focus. I'm ready to record the first scene. I'm just going to swap the shorts over so that they're Nike. And yeah, film this reel. I'll show you what it looks like quickly. There we got the shoes there. And this is what the scene looks like. I've brought that plant in, cleaned it up a little bit. I'm just going to close that cupboard to make sure the hoover's not in the way. And yeah, then film this reel. All these little red bits on the camera here are to show that the shoes are in focus. So I've manually focused it and yeah, ready to shoot.
A few moments later.
That wraps up that shoot. That took about an hour. Let me show you the finished product. So it's just about to head out for my run. I've got 2 by a kilometre and 6 by 20 second intervals to do this morning. It's a bit of a tune-up session before a race this weekend. I'm racing a 10k up in Norwich. It's one I did last year, and it's a bit of a tune-up before my Osaka Marathon, which is going to be in 2.5 weeks time. But another parcel has just arrived at the house. This one I think is from Puma. I believe it's the new Elite Nitro Elite 2, which is their latest carbon racing shoe, which I'm going to be using this weekend to race in. Hey, here they are. Let's have a little bit of an unboxing here. Oh wow, they look nice. There they are, snazzy shoes from Puma. I recently wore the Farstar, which is their other carbon racing shoe, for a 10k race. So for this race I'm going to be wearing the Nitro Elite 2, and then I'll do a little bit of a comparison. Yeah, excited to give those a go. They look really nice. I'm going to wear them for this morning session, so I'll be able to give you a little bit of the first impressions, and then yeah, I'll use them for my race on Saturday. Again, gifted product, not a paid endorsement this one, but I will again make some YouTube content on this one, some Instagram content that then I can advertise and put adverts in front of, which then I can use to generate AdSense, which is the main way you make money here over on YouTube. So yeah, going to use these this morning. I'll let you know how I get on. So it's now about 9:30. I'm out for my run. Just one run today. As I was saying, a bit of a tune-up before this weekend's 10k race. Got the Pumas on, feeling good, very comfortable. First impressions, they don't immediately feel like a super shoe, but that isn't always a bad thing. It'll be interesting to see how they feel when I pick up the pace. Very stable, very comfortable, and they're allowing my foot to sort of strike the ground the way I want to, not in control like some super shoes feel. So yeah, feeling pretty good at easy pace at the moment. I'll plan to get a few shots of the shoes on this run to make again a bit of a reel for Instagram, do some slow-mo stuff that you just saw, but yeah, heading down to the flat bit of road, 2 by a kilometre and some 30-second strides to get the legs ready to hopefully race fast on Saturday. So the road's quite wet today. Let's do a bit of a grip test. Wow, very good. That's the thing with Puma shoes, they all have this new technology that they call Puma Grip. I remember when I went on a Puma event, they were telling me about how they compared it to like Continental rubber that they have on Adidas shoes, and yeah, basically the Puma Grip came out on top, and it's very, very impressive at how sticky these are. So if you've got a wet road race coming up, Pumas might be a good choice. So just done the first rep, first kilometre. Now I've got a 2-minute jog and then another kilometre. Not really sure what pace, didn't look at the watch. It
sort of to feel around 5k race pace, just to get the legs spinning, so that when I run at 10k pace, hopefully it feels nice and comfortable. Whew, how long have I got left? 40 seconds jog, then we're into the second rep. There we go, second rep done. I think that was around 3:01, 3:02 for the kilometre. I'll put the splits up on the screen. Just got a 2-minute jog again, and then 6 by 30-second strides, so hopefully a little bit quicker than what I was running there for the K reps. So that's the workout done. It's good to get those 30-second sort of strides at the end there. For me, it's like running in 6th gear. The 5k reps, the kilometre reps are in, say, 5th gear, and those last 30 seconds was literally pretty much flat out in terms of my top end speed at the moment. Obviously I've been very focused on the marathon, so doing any sort of speed work hurts quite a bit at the moment, but hopefully come Sunday, the day of the race, my legs will have freshened up and be ready to run fast. Just on the way back to the start of this loop, pick up my coat, which I'll put in the bush just here, and then jog back to the house. Whew.
Just got back from my session. First run in the Puma DV8 Nitros. Really like them. The highlights so far for me were the grip. Really good in those wet conditions today. The weight, they're super lightweight. I haven't put them on the scales yet. And also the colourway looks great. I really am a fan of that green into the blue. They didn't blow me away basically on my first run like some super shoes do, but they did feel really comfortable at all paces. Even when I was doing those 30-second sort of sprint reps towards the end, they felt really poppy and responsive. So I'm interested to see how I fare in those over the weekend, over the 10k. I'm now going to get changed, showered, eat some scrambled eggs, plastic scrambled eggs every single day after my morning run, get some electrolytes, and then sit down to edit the reel that I filmed earlier. That's some scrambled eggs done. I'm quickly going to show you how I make reels or edit reels on my laptop. So the first thing I do is go onto Instagram and start scrolling through reels and try and find an audio that I like, I think is going to fit. And then what I do is I press the record screen on my phone. So this is the audio I'm going to use that I've just found. And then I record it, I send it to my laptop, and then I can edit to the audio. On my editing software, I use Adobe Premiere Pro. I can do a little more like fine adjustments there, and then I can airdrop it back to my phone and post the reel. So I'm just going to do that. The whole process will probably take me around 30 minutes. Let's start a time lapse. So there we go, an hour later, and the reel is ready to post. I'm just going to share it on Instagram now. 1 hour, 1 reel. That's roughly how long it takes me to edit those. Pretty happy with how it turned out. Head over to my Instagram, Ben is running. Check it out, drop a like or a comment on it, say you came from this video, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, I'm going to go get changed now, get ready for a couple of events in London. This evening I'm going to an ASICS event for the launch of the Gel Nimbus, which is this white shoe I've got behind me here. It's a daily trainer. I recently did a 100-mile review on it, if you want to go check that out. And I'm also going to the opening of On Running store in London. It's the first store they have in the UK, and they are open tomorrow, and there's sort of like a pre-launch party type thing tonight from 7 o'clock. So I'm going to go along to that as well. And take the camera along as well. I can show you some behind the scenes of what happens at those events, and talk you through the sort of content I'm going to make.
So I just got to the event, met up with Dewey here. How are you doing today?
Yeah, good, thanks.
And what have you got there in your hands?
This is the new shoe, the Nimbus 25 has finally come out.
And have you done much running in it yourself yet?
Well, to be honest, I didn't want to dirty it before the event, so...
Oh really? You got a fresh pair?
Yeah, I got a fresh pair start of the week, so yeah, I've only done easy run so far, so good. I don't know if you've tried them yet, but...
Yeah, I've actually I've done about 100 miles in my pair.
you've won.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've done a fair bit of
Yeah,
running.
I don't know how you felt, but the initial comfort, I think, more than it's just the softness in your feet, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
having a bit of massage into your feet sometimes.
It is indeed, yeah.
Yeah, and the how flexible the upper is, isn't it? I think
Yeah,
for
really
me,
comfortable.
For me, those are two big differences from a normal shoe.
And what's your next event? What are you training for at the moment?
The main goal is London Marathon, so yeah, we're on the edge of the mile here today, so yeah, in 10 weeks time, hopefully
Amazing.
be back and standing at the finish line, hopefully.
And what shoe will you be wearing for the London Marathon? Do you know yet?
The Metaspeed Sky.
Awesome. Well, best of luck. Thanks for chatting with me, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Here we are, second event of the evening on Running Store, the launch of the store on Regent Street. Got Callum, a couple of the Pro Direct boys. Gonna head in. There's a queue for this one, right to the back.
So here I am in a hotel room. I managed to find somewhere to stay for the night, thanks to the guys at Pro Direct. They had a spare room. So yeah, casual day, a day in the life of a content creator. Went to 2 events this evening. The first was the launch of the Gel Nimbus with ASICS, and the second was the opening of the new On store on Regent Street. That was a really cool store. Good vibes, nice little party there. Had a few drinks, so I'll probably feel that tomorrow. But I hope you've enjoyed this sort of behind the scenes video of what it's like to be a content creator. Also just want to take this time to say how grateful I am for everyone who watches, interacts with my content, so that I get to experience and go to events like this. Pretty special that I get to do this as my job now, so yeah, just want to say a big thank you. Total payment for the day, if anyone's interested, is 0, but the amount of exposure to new people, to brands has been really good. So in terms of getting more work in the future, hopefully I've increased my chances, and that's why it's always worth going along to these events, and also have a really good time. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, aspire to run, run to inspire, and we'll see you again soon.